So sometimes the dog will misbehave to the point of almost weird because they don't know how to behave. They haven't been raised by anybody. And it happened with Emma is that Ben has learnt he's got teeth.
Oh yeah,
and he's pushing his sort of dominance. And when he tried it with me, I was just like, no, asserting myself. And you tap him on the nose. You don't smack the dog into next week.
No, you just got to wrap him on the nose.
You wrap him on the nose, and that's what you do. And that's like a sensitive area. It's like being kicked in the nuts. So when he like pushed himself, I just went no, and then he's never done it since with me. But Emma doesn't want to hit a dog. And this girl was obviously the same way. Like, you can raise a dog on fairy dust and rainbow cakes and fucking all sorts of love and attention. She was the dog trainer. Her dog was so badly behaved, it just would not stop barking. And all she's saying is, shut up, be quiet. And she wouldn't do anything about it. In the end, she had to lock the dog out of the room. The dog trainer. I'm supposed to be paying her to help me train my dog. Her dog was running fucking wild, that hippie bitch. And I was just like, seriously, if you would have spent the other 20 minutes training your dog instead of telling us about some fucking company who, you know, has done things to animals, which is not cool by any means, but if I want to know about that, I'm capable of going to Google and finding out.
Of course you are.
And if I was going to buy something from a company, guess what I do? I fucking Google them and find out some information about them. In fact, when Emma got back, she was like, I'm just going to find out about this fucking place that she was on about. She typed in the name and all this stuff came up. And it's like when you use like a plumber or something. You fucking check them out first. You don't just go, oh, come on in. You know, yeah, just play with my pipes. No worries, here's £1,000. You don't do it anymore. We can find out anything about anybody instantly. It's like if there's any bad shit about it. But, oh, man. So anyway, download.
So Sunday at download. Yeah, it was quite a quiet day on Sunday. We're basically soaked in the sun until about 3 in the afternoon. Then we went down and seen like Corey Taylor.
Oh, was Corey there?
Yeah, it was on
he's so good
on
his
the stage. He's fucking amazing.
His voice is ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, I know people go, lol, Slipknot, you goth prick, and all that. Slipknot has had some amazing songs, but he is tremendous. And Stone Sour.
Fucking Corey Taylor on his own. He was awesome. Then we saw like the bigger bands, and then we saw fucking Sabbath. I'll tell you the truth right now. 'Cause like I was saying before, I only got this Sabbath t-shirt because they didn't have a Killswitch Engage t-shirt, and that's what I saw. The
KSC t-shirts are awesome.
That's what I mean. The t-shirts this year were bullshit. They basically had. They usually
bullshit. That's a stabbing.
They usually change the t-shirts to the bands that are on during the day, but they had the same fucking band t-shirts Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I thought they're not going to change
the headliners.
Yeah, they're not going to change it. So basically, I got this because fucking Tony Stark wears it in the Avengers. That's it.
It's a cool t-shirt though.
Thanks, mate.
But Sabbath were pretty shit.
But I saw Sabbath. I was totally honest. The quality was obviously fucking lax because they are probably the next band that you will see retire. There was big rumour.
They should have retired years ago, Sabbath, right?
But there was big rumour that they're not going to be touring much longer. They're going to see this out and that's
rumour. Because they're all geriatrics. But, no offence to Sabbath, they did the bit, but come on, man.
But you know, they were a good day. So we watched half of them, like so. Because I don't know a lot of Sabbath songs. I just basically waited for him to play fucking War Pigs and Iron Man and Paranoid and stuff like that. And then went back to the camp and stuff. And, you know, and that was the end of our download trip, apart from when I fucking woke the two bitches up, mate, at fucking 5:45 in the morning on Monday. It's Monday, the gig's over, let's get the fuck out. And it's like, let's get the fuck out! Okay, we'll go then.
You bloodlusted on it.
Yeah, totally did. But, like, okay, so basically, summed up, fucking amazing weekend. There was a very big mix of, like, awesome bands, not so good bands, and terror-bad bands. Now, put down, I won't put Killswitch as my favourite, like, seeing them live, because that's very biased. They are my favourite band. My two favourite acts that I saw that I thought were head and shoulders above the rest were Chasing Status, just because their fucking stage presence, music, the way they got the crowd going were fucking amazing, and even though I don't like their music, Steel Panther.
Never heard of them.
They were fucking amazing. They're an 80s cock rock, which is basically...
I'd love to have seen Whitesnake.
Oh, they're sort of like Whitesnake.
Oh, Europe. That'd
like,
be awesome.
Fucking Europe's supposed to be there. Didn't turn up.
Fuckers!
Exactly.
Fuck that. I would have gone to see fucking Europe.
Do you know the annoying thing is? Apparently, I say that again, the traffic was bad on the way there, so they turned round.
Wankers, man. I would have fucking loved to have seen... Oh, the guys know Steel Panther.
Yeah, of course. Steel Panther, they're a good band. It's just not wide. They're basically like a modern day Motley Crue. They're all about the girls. Go on.
Would you do it again? Because we had a discussion when you got back after seeing those pictures that you sent. We'll put some on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
The drowning wetness where you were. It's like, I feel like me and Emma had a discussion and we were like, I just don't think that's me anymore because I don't have... I don't mind that. But back when you're young and you kind of do stupid things and you can go away for a weekend like that and live like a dosser, and then you can come home and kind of sleep for a week. Like most of you guys could probably do that. Is like go out and sleep for a week and shit like that. I can't do that anymore. And you can. You've got Ava, so you have to come home to your daughter and stuff like that. Would you do that again? Like these festivals? Unless it was a tremendous lineup.
Exactly, if it was a tremendous lineup, but even if it was a tremendous lineup, if the fucking weather was like that, mate, I wouldn't even consider it.
Would you not stay? I mean, for me, it'd be a case of I wouldn't camp, I'd just get the tickets and stay in a hotel in the sound.
That's it, though. It's what they do is all local hotels will put it up at least 300%.
Maybe. Well, not maybe. But I'm sure they will.
I'll tell you what it is, though, and this is only from my particular opinion, is if I saw the lineup and then I'd say if I was even questioned, is it worth it? I would say no, purely because, and this is such a soppy fucking story, which I'll condense down. I rang Suzanne's mum, Suzanne's mum took Ava for the first 2 days.
Ava's
my daughter. She took her for the first 2 days. My mum took her for the second 2 days. On the second day, which we would have been away then for 2.5 days because we went the morning before, I rung up and I said to her, how's Ava? She's fine, blah, blah, blah. Here, do you want to speak to her? And as she's moving the phone, I said, no. Because Ava, as soon as she heard my voice, would burst into tears. And that would really depress me.
Yeah.
And she did. And that really got into my head then all week. And it's like, I don't want to do that again. So maybe when Ava's a bit older, even if she can.
It'd be cool to take Ava, when she's old enough to do that kind of thing.
Exactly.
But I bet you by that fucking age, she'd be like,
yeah.
What's all these guesses?
I think they're all ages.
Porn?
I
don't know. What question are you guys answering there? That's totally befuddled me. Why is everyone writing numbers?
Divided by 3 minus 20. Age of people in there. Well,
okay. Jesus Christ, that was so weird. It was like you were trying to send me an Enigma code or something. I was trying to crack it. I was like, I was really trying to work out what the hell was going on. I did try and record the next puppy class, but it just the puppy class. I tried to record it, but it's really weird in the UK. I mean, I know some people tried to compare the IRL channel that we do to like Swifty IRL. But you've got to remember, in the US, a lot of people want to be megastars and love being on camera. Everywhere I've gone with my camera, like even the hairdresser, I was like, can I film this? The guy was like, no. In case they make a mistake or something like that, they don't want to be on camera. So filming their class, people get really funny about it. I tell you what, we did meet at puppy class though. A complete nerd, like a puppy nerd. And she had this, and it was horrible. Like we were sat, it was like a church hall, an empty hall. And we were sat along chairs along the side. So it was like me, with Ben on me, Emma, and then this woman who had brought a quite a large dog, I think it was a Labrador, called Holly. And the leash where she was holding it was about that far, so the dog couldn't go anywhere. And Ben was like leaning over me to try and, have a sniff of Holly. And as soon as she moved, she was like, no, don't do that. And she brought a bum bag. I mean, I don't see anybody wearing bum bags anymore, or fanny packs. Fanny packs. And she'd filled it with treats. And she was walking around individually passing the dog treats for, like, doing, cheating a little bit. You were supposed to walk around this room with the dog without on a lead, so the dog stays next to you. So she's just, like, sneaking treats into it to make it look like the perfect walk and all this stuff. And then when it came to it, she had her test that night. And you have to do a test at puppy class, which is, like, sit, wait, walking around in a circle and all this shit. And she was so focused. It was like she just joined the best grading guild in the world and needed to win. It was like, I fucking must win. And Ben was like, I just want to play with your dog.
Balls. Sorry, dog, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
I don't think Holly's got any balls. I mean, I'll check next time I'm there. I'm just going to... Can I just slap that dog under your carriage? Lie down for me. Let's have a spreading and all that stuff. No, but we didn't do that. It was cool. What's going on here?
Someone's coming upstairs.
Oh. I don't know what's happening. There's people moving around. Anyway, Emma. I'll tell you what. Cover for a sec.
Wait, why?
Go on, Ben.
Alright, fuck you then. So anyway. I'm fucking hell, let me do it then. I can't cover if you're shouting instruction downstairs, you prick. Long story short, I download. The best bands for me, I won't say Killswitch, they were my favourite band. But, fucking hell, I've already covered that. The worst band, which annoyed the fuck out of me because it was one of the key ones that I came to see, was Tenacious D. They're funny, don't get me wrong, but their album Rise of the Phoenix was pegged as the worst album this year. However, they've deemed it necessary after being told that fact. Yeah, dude.
The dog needs a turd.
To play for the first 40 minutes of their set nearly every song off this album. And after about 40 minutes where I heard it, I was like, fuck this, I'm going.
Really? You left off? It's a shame because we've seen Tenacious D before, haven't we? He loved it.
It annoyed the fuck out of me. Yeah, Tenacious D, when they did the Wonder Boy album, fucking amazing. They were funny, they had like little side stories.
They pretended to take LSD on stage, didn't they?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. I really
enjoyed
it. Diablo 3. Right, get ready to get fucking butt hurt then. Seriously. Diablo fucking 3. Real Money Auction House. I cannot believe the response that the emails, right? I got to this. So, like, I did a mailbox this week, which was about Diablo 3's Real Money Auction House, because people were sending me questions saying, Preach, are you going to play the Real Money Auction House? So, essentially, well, the Real Money Auction House is obvious, okay? You can get items in game and you can sell it for real money. And people were sort of the opinion that you can make a living off it. Yeah. You know, the casual player can make a living this way. This could be a new big thing. And don't get me wrong, I actually think this is the way most games will go now, because not only is the company winning, Blizzard, but the player wins too. So there's an incentive there to actually play the game, okay? So you're winning as well.
Blizzard take a cut of your real money as well.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody wins. It's such a great idea for microtransactions, because we've seen microtransactions in League of Legends, in Tribes Ascend. You play a little bit of money, you get some extras, that kind of stuff. That's fine and well and good. But Blizzard says, well, let's take it a step further and give some money back to the people, incentivize them to keep using it. So I made this post, this video, explaining that the casual player is not going to be able to make enough on Diablo 3 to cover the bills without having to sort of dedicate probably your entire time to it, which is not a life. Okay, I mean, this reasonable standards of living. I mean, there's one thing I could say. I could live stream constantly, sort of like Towley, etc. do. I could live stream 12 hours a day. I could do that. I mean, this will be my job from about a month and 5 weeks. So I've got to work my notice. Will be my job. I could do that. I don't want to do that. Fucking hell, I don't want to live stream 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. No. That's not life. That's not where I want to see myself going. I could probably earn decent money doing that, but that's not what I want to do. And playing Diablo all the time is just not the way to do it. You'd have to do it a lot, okay? So I did this video saying, no, not really. I think it's a brilliant idea. I think the Real Money Auction House is where people will go in the future. Other games will copy and do the same thing. That's fine. And it's a good system. And then I said, I don't think it works for Diablo 3. And the reasoning for that was quite simple, is you don't need that gear to finish the game. Because it's been done already. It's been proven countless times now, because Diablo Inferno was killed 4 days after the release of the game. It was done before all this gear was available. I got so many emails. I mean, actual emails. And then for the first time in a long time, I actually jumped into my YouTube inbox, which I don't check anymore, because I get, like, you know, you get, I think we're on, 17,000 views a day or something like that. And that's a lot of comments that come up every single day. And personal messages and stuff. So I just don't have time to check those anymore. But I thought, out of interest, I'm going to check the personal messages thing. So many people sent me messages about exploiting the game. I was like, what the fuck? As you know, this isn't the baller community that I know of. This isn't the ballers. This isn't the kind of thing I've put out there where you play to win and you play legit and you play awesome. It was about Preach. I don't think you realise that you could exploit 50 million gold pretty quickly. Like, with a smug tone. Like, you're an idiot, Preach. You don't realise you can do that. I was like, are you fucking serious? Like, of course I realise you can exploit money. Do you not think I have access to certain forums that you guys probably may not even not have access to, which tell you exactly how to duplicate items in Diablo 3, and how to cancel your auctions in Diablo 3, and how to get X amount of gold in Diablo 3? I do have access to that kind of information. I was aware of the exploits, but that's not the point of what I'm trying to get across. The point is, you don't need the gear. And that was my point. It doesn't matter if you could make trillions of gold. You don't need the gear, so why would you be paying money for it? It doesn't help. It's the illusion that Blizzard has created. And Blizzard is so fucking clever, man. So clever. Inferno mode, you essentially get one shot by various abilities. And in fact, it's not even the bosses that are the hardest part. It's the champion packs.
Of course it is.
In Inferno mode, which are really, really difficult. Stupidly difficult. But those abilities will kill you pretty much regardless if you do the fight wrong, if you do the champion part wrong, you're going to die anyway. Because it's about how to avoid stuff. The spinning laser orbs, the joining connecting beams, and how generally hard they hit. I think I saw a video... I do watch a lot of YouTube, don't get me wrong. I watched a video of a guy who went a level 60 Demon Hunter with almost the best gear in the world, gemmed for like pure vitality and stuff like that. He could still not withstand a single hit. Even if, you know, he might last 1 or 2 hits. He said, look how quickly I die if I don't play correctly. If I get hit and attacked by these mobs, I just die no matter what I do. It's not the gear that saves me. But Blizzard's created this system of gear is everything and put this illusion in our head is you get these randomly generated items and they're so fucking awesome and some of them are amazing. And Inferno mode kills you really quickly. So your instinct is, well, with better gear, I can do it, right? And this is really going to piss a lot of people off, I know. And it's the same thing that we've seen in WoW. People have this... You know what Diablo 3 should have been fucking called? Gear Score 3. The fucking finale. Gear Score 3. You cannot come to fucking ICC or Inferno mode without 8 billion gear score. It's bullshit. Fucking bullshit. It's such an illusion. I feel like I'm taking fucking crazy pills. Because there are people like that. I don't know if you realise this, Preach. Diablo 3 is not all about the gear. It's more about the gear than anything.
FYI.
Oh, that guy who commented FYI. For your information, Preach. Diablo 3 is not about skill at all. It is merely about your gear. Really? Is that why Diablo Inferno was killed when no gear was fucking available? And they didn't buy anything? Are you fucking stupid? Do you think that the madness of Deathwing was killed with all heroic geared people who had every item in the fucking game? It drives me mad because for years and years I have been one of the people who has defeated the content in these games well below the gear that has been relevant. Because why? Being able to avoid shit and cope with situations quickly nullifies the gear aspect. Gear will help you, don't get me wrong, and I'm not saying you could do it naked. Gear helps. Gear is a buffer. Gear is that nice fucking gap between it being super hard, pretty hard. Gear helps. You'll kill the boss quicker. You might survive 1 extra tick of death ability X or whatever the fuck it is.
Carry on.
Go and deal with the situation.
I'm fucking through with all this noise and shit outside.
Fucking people. While I rant. And this illusion has been cast by so many fucking people that people that believe it. Like, what the fuck? The evidence. I want to see 1 shred of evidence that shows that you cannot kill Diablo Inferno without X amount of gear, because I have a ton of evidence in the other fucking direction that says you can. And I don't... You know what it is? I don't get Diablo 3. And maybe you guys can explain Diablo 3 to me. I don't get it. The storyline is fine. It's good. It's interesting. Barring the obvious hypocrisy of parts of the storyline, it's a fine game. I really enjoy playing it through. I love it. I know people who have cleared Diablo Inferno and now farm gear. And I said, why? Why are you farming that gear? You finished the game. Because I need more gear. You need more gear for what? What do you need more gear from? Diablo 3 to me seems like a game that is perpetually waiting for its expansion already. I fucking don't get it. I just don't understand it. Can you explain it to me? Because you are a gear hound, like a self-admitted gear hound.
That's what I'm talking
about. You fucking love your gear.
Fuck you, you think you can high five? That was a high five.
You fucking love your gear.
Yes.
Explain Diablo 3 to me.
I can't explain Diablo 3.
I don't get it.
I'm completely in the same mindset of you as, like, there is always progression in WoW until, let's say, maybe the end of the fucking end of the content, which is where we are now. Diablo 3, there is a hard stop.
Diablo Inferno is dead. And then people go, well, what about hardcore mode? Do you know what hardcore mode is? It's practicing on your alt, who isn't in hardcore mode, what gear set up, or what rune set up. Diablo 3 is about your fucking runes and your skills. What do you have in your bar to deal with this situation that lets me kill it? Hardcore mode going.
You show me someone who's doing hardcore mode with the amount of money that they've just spent on the real money auction house in that game.
They're eBayed characters. I tried to, and then I did the second video, which was hints and tips. I was like, I got all this feedback from the people moaning that, oh, it's all gear based, blah blah blah. I'm going to use the real money auction house. Cool, fine. So I said, right, I've got a degree in economics. I've made millions of gold in World of Warcraft. This is my guide to help you do that. This is how I did it, because you have to abuse the fact that people don't always have £200 in their pocket or €250 or whatever it might be. What you want is the mid-level people, and you want lots of them, because you can run earlier stages of the game and get a ton of yellows. People will be rolling alts. Do you know where the money is in World of Warcraft? And if you don't realise this, I'll do a video on it. Alts. People rolling alts. And you know how much gold I've made from 16 slot bags over the years? Yeah. Few 100,000 gold from people just buying an alt, spending 40 gold or 60 gold on 5 bags. My alt's got all the bags. That's where the fucking money is. I could sell 400 bags in the time it would take me to one level 70 epic gun or whatever the fuck it might be, or level 85 epic gun for 7,000 gold that might sit on the auction house for a week. I can clear 20-30 bags a day with no fucking problem, and it costs me nothing to make. The profit margin is immense. Yeah, and I was trying to explain to people, look, you can rack up a ton of yellows, and the more yellows they rack up, the chances are you're going to get some really good ones. And the shit you can get rid of, fine. But then start spamming the auction house for £1 or £2, put all that crap up there, and the people who roll an alt will not mind spending £10 to fully gear up their alt character and have a much easier time leveling to level 60. And people are like, what you want to do is you want to take every item you've got that's level 60 and sell it for £200. I'm like, you fucking mad! And then, of course, what we get then is the one-off people who have made a few $1,000s because they've been playing for months and months. Like Kriparian made, I think, $1,000. Some other guy says he made $7,000 and did some video on it. And people cling to that like it's the fucking gold dust of the game. I can do that. So there's like 3 people out of the most bought PC game ever, Diablo 3. I want to say. I think it broke that record. It was the most purchased PC game ever. Sure. You guys can confirm that. It's like the most fucking... the most purchased PC game ever, and we're clinging on to like 3 people who made it possible to make some money. But then you look at it realistically, it's like Kriparian made like $1,000, and maybe let's say he's made $5,000 now. He had to play the game for months, almost 24/7 beforehand. He had to do immense amount of maths in order to achieve it, and then he had to play 24/7 since the game was released in order to do that. Now, you break that down into actual income of hours invested, it's pennies. Do you understand what I'm saying? Absolutely, it's pennies. It's not... but I'm happy that he got some fucking money, and that's it. But, Jesus, I just could not imagine how powerful the illusion of marketing is, that Diablo 3 is so gear-based, yet the evidence is there that the bosses are dead without it. And I was talking to, I think, Blubsaw and Zero. You guys won't know them, but... they have capped and killed Diablo Inferno, and they're constantly farming Act 3 for more gear. And I was saying to them, why? And I couldn't get a realistic answer. And these are really smart, intelligent...
It was just like, but why?
Yeah, exactly. It was like, for what reason are you doing that? Why are you playing Diablo 3 again to farm gear? And it's like, so we can get better gear. But why? Why are you doing that? I don't get it. Someone explain it to me. I just feel like I'm in this mad world where Blizzard says you need a load of gear. We were even selling the gear for real money because the gear is so important. Oh, well, I got to get the best gear, but I finished the game. Why? But why? And then there's people who will have fucking so much fucking gear because they've purchased it off the real money auction house. I know people in the past and over the years I played World of Warcraft who have genuinely paid real money and lots of it for us to gear up their characters or to purchase a geared character. I've come across it several times. And I know when they're playing because they're fucking awful. They're really bad. I had a guy, a Fury Warrior, who was geared to the teeth, round about Ulduar time. Geared to the teeth. Who could not work out how to play that character. And all he did as a Fury Warrior was press Whirlwind. That was it. And his DPS was atrocious. And he was walking out, I was like, that guy's so eBay, it's obvious. And it'll be the same in Diablo 3, and some people will be buying a lot of stuff, and fair play too. If you make that $200 sale, I'm happy for you. But why? Why are you buying it? Please don't! Why are you buying it? I don't understand. It drives me round the bend. Dude, why? I don't get it. Someone fucking explain it to me. I don't get it. And surely there's an expansion coming. Fine. Between now and then, you farm your gear endlessly if you want. And it's the people who are desperate for gear now. I've got people who complain about their gear in World of Warcraft right now. I demand to get some gear. By level 87, I want to say.
It'll be worth fuck off.
It was worth nothing. It completely out-leveled Heroic Dragon Soul gear. Completely smashed it to pieces. The health difference alone was massive. It was insane. And it's the same thing. It's like Diablo 3 is perpetually waiting for an expansion.
Just carry on a minute.
Oh, you're going to smash someone?
No, it's guild-related shit.
Fuck you, no.
Someone's trying to be funny about me losing my Warglaive today.
Oh. That's a sad thing. Can you guys explain it, this Diablo 3 thing to me? Why are you gearing after you killed Diablo Inferno? And if you haven't killed it yet, do you believe that's because of your gear? Do you really believe that? Or do you believe that it's because you stood in a fire pit or a poison pit or something along those lines, and that you feel like justifying a ton of money is the best way to do it? Ugh. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. We could do with going with a break.
Yeah, no, relax, man, relax.
No, it's the last topic I want to talk about is movies and stuff, and I kind of need you for that. Do you want to leave that for now?
No, we'll talk about movies now.
So, moving away from Diablo 3, you guys can write me a letter or send me an email to preachgaming@gmail.com and explain to me why we need gear for Diablo 3 when we're already there. And if you seriously believe gear is there, I will explain to you in detail why that is not the case. It really is not the case, and it is driving me round the bend. It is driving me absolutely insane. I just don't get it. It's a great game, but this whole obsession with gear for a game that you can beat without it, I don't fucking get it. I just
Diablo 3 is still talking about now.
Yeah. So what movies did we see this last few weeks? Well, first of all, we saw Men in Black 3.
We did. Now, summed up into a very brief critique was awesomely acted shit script. Yeah? You down with that?
I can't imagine who passed some of the things in that movie.
No.
Who said that was a good idea? Brief example, a battery, like a charger, that has the sound of an old 56k modem. Who made that decision? Who went, you know what this old battery should have?
You know what would make this? You know what would make this little battery sound old? If it sounded like a modem.
But there's a whole scene where they pull out this battery, and he's plugging it into his neuralizer, the thing that makes you lose your memory, and he's got to charge it. I get that the old neuralizers needed to be charged up. That's cool. Why did it sound like a fucking modem? What the hell was that? And there's just so much shit in that movie that's like that. I just thought Men in Black 3 was such a disappointment.
Quick slide, just really quickly. Sorry, mate. I don't know, mate. Yeah, I've not checked. I'll check after the show, buddy. Sorry, Karen. I mean, Josh Brolin, who played the younger Kay, he was fucking mint.
Yeah, he was really good.
He was really good. And Will Smith, even, he was really good as his part. Tommy Lee, for the brief parts he were in. All of them were really good. It was just like watching a phenomenal... Well, I say phenomenally. It was watching a well-acted performance done from a shit script.
You know what the problem was with Men in Black 3 is it's got an awesome twist at the end. An awesome twist at the end. But the whole film
building up to that
was to just this 1 5-minute period. So you had like 2 hours leading to this 5-minute period, and nothing in this 2 hours mattered whatsoever. It didn't matter at all, and therefore it didn't flow. It just didn't make any sense. They were jumping from bit to bit fucking constantly, trying to throw in some gags, trying to throw in something that was remotely interesting, and it just wasn't.
But also as well, there's a lot of things that, I mean, I could watch that film again. There was parts where it constantly reminds you of things that, well, it constantly reminds you of the ending before you know it. So it's like, you know, like, don't forget about, you know...
Hey, don't forget about this plot point.
Yeah, because...
It's important.
It's going to make sense. And we're going to tell you again in 10 minutes' time, so don't worry about that. But it seems like they kept reminding you, boom, there.
Yeah, it was just like blah, 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 blah. Important plot point, blah, 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 blah. Important plot point.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible movie. And I was kind of looking forward to it. I didn't like Men in Black 2 because it was full of so much in-your-face advertising. It pissed me off.
Yeah.
Like they fell in... I think they controlled the cars with a PlayStation pad. And it had like Sony on it, and it was like the black PlayStation pad. It was like, dude, really? And then he fell into like a truck of Burger King stuff, and it was like the Burger King logo 1,000,000 times, like a fucking honeycomb of fucking Burger King logos. It was just absolutely atrocious. It was so bad. But Men in Black 3 was supposed to bring it back, And it missed out a lot on the characters, really. They didn't have Rip Torn.
They couldn't have Rip Torn.
Is he dead?
He went fucking Fruit Loops.
Oh, really? Has he gone nuts about caramel?
Do you not know about that?
No, has he gone crazy?
He tried robbing a bank.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I would totally let him do it as well.
I can't remember if this is fact or if I'm mixing two stories.
Was it on Wikipedia?
I'm sure he tried to rob a bank in his dressing gown.
Fuck yeah, he did.
He was fucking nuts about caramel.
He's off his tits.
Yeah.
I didn't know when he ripped on try and do that.
Yeah.
So as he say, we're not hosting international kegger down here. If Rip Torn came up to me in his dressing gown and wanted some dosh, I'd throw it his way. I'd be like, fuck yeah, Rip. You keep on trucking, motherfucker. I feel like loving that shit. Did he have his goat?
I don't know.
And they didn't have the...
Wasn't Rip Torn fucking Patches O'Houlihan?
Yeah.
It ain't good, kid out there, real good. I got some hookers in my room.
It smells like queef in here.
Took yourself, queer.
Oh, no way did Rip Torn go fucking crazy.
Yeah, he went fucking banana balls.
Oh, that sucks that he went crazy.
Yeah.
And that chick from the first one, she was hot. It was like the... Mortuary?
Yeah, she was. I didn't rate her, man.
What?
I didn't rate her.
She gave you a thumbs down?
Nah, she didn't really give me
I'm pretty good that Johnny Knoxville wasn't back in. What the hell happened to Johnny Knoxville?
Oh, he fucking cleaned up, mate. Him and Steve-O basically, like, cleaned the fuck up.
So now he's boring?
Exactly.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
Like, legit, is that what happened?
Yes.
Oh, that sucks, man, because he was quite funny.
Also, you didn't see it. I took Suzanne to see Snow White and the Huntsman.
Why did you go and see that? Did you pay to see it?
Well, do you know what? I'm going to be fucking honest with you. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Suzanne wanted to see it. I agreed to take her because I wanted to see it. I saw it. Really good film.
I saw it.
The
really
Seven
film.
Dwarfs. Every one of the dwarves is a famous person. I could name most of them, but some of them they are famous, but you know, like you just don't know the name. But
you mean they were in a series like Sliders?
Well, no,
or
like
Stargate.
Like Ray Winston was one. Bob Hoskins was one. Ian McShane, mate.
Fuck yeah.
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
Yeah.
Anybody who get that reference will be a fucking hero.
In fact, yeah. If you knew that, where Ian McShane goes, oatmeal, you fucking win. But not Simon Pegg. Nick Frost was one of them. I think what's the bleeding hell's he called? You're an inanimate fucking object.
Oh really?
He was one of them.
He's
yeah.
quite thin for being a dwarf, though.
Oh, dude, they're quite tall to be dwarves.
Oh, really?
They still made them look like dwarves.
Oh, fair enough.
But yeah, it was actually a really good film. Like we was discussing before, though, the only thing that I couldn't get across is okay. Charlize Theron, dolled up, fucking hot, says mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Without question, the mirror should go, you bitch.
You bitch, you fucking get it sideways.
The skinny person out of Twilight, you know, she's got something that could kill you, but she ain't fucking fairer. Let's be honest now. Don't ever try and make a film...
Who did that fucking casting?
The thing
Seriously.
is, don't ever make a film where the flavour of the month, because she's in Twilight, is ever in a situation where she's going to be hotter than Charlize Theron. You are a dick for trying.
You know what? Even in Monster, where Charlize Theron is like an old woman, I would have...
Fucking Charlize Theron just all day of the week, mate.
I think...
You think...
You know what? You know what I was thinking then, but I don't have to. I was going to have to go then because I think Ben's running wild.
Is your Hulkamania downstairs?
What did you not? Were you disappointed when you knew the ending
Of
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
I read the book.
I read the book.
Shit.
So you weren't expecting some... They should have twisted it at the end, don't you think? So it just didn't happen and Theron just totally gangsters her.
Yeah, Theron doesn't gangster.
Not gangster.
Theron gets gangstered.
That's what I mean. So Theron should have gangstered her. You know, as a plot twist.
Mate, yeah,
Academy Award winning ending.
But the plot twist is she gangs her, but a bigger plot twist is she does it with a fucking gap, mate.
So she pulls out a knife
Yeah.
and bops her in the
Puts
head.
fucking two into her mind.
And I saw Prometheus.
Now, before you give this judgment, obviously it's on the forums as well. I saw in the chat like a couple of people talking about Prometheus, like, they're going to talk about Prometheus. Might not be the review you're expecting.
Prometheus
As you were.
is fucking shockingly bad. Did you guys enjoy Prometheus? Because if you did, you didn't see the right movie. Prometheus is fucking awful. It is so bad.
Really?
It makes no fucking sense at all. The whole film is just bollocks. It makes no fucking sense. I mean, I can put up with some shit in a film. I love films, and I will suspend disbelief, as they call it. I will suspend my fucking disbelief to an extent, But when it becomes so idiotic that it just doesn't make... An example, it's the 23rd century. They can travel hundreds of light years to, you know, for years to new planets, right? Okay? In a science vessel.
Okay.
They don't have quarantine.
Really?
What they do is if you get ill for any reason, they pull out a flamethrower and they burn you on the steps in front of your wife. Because we haven't got quarantine procedures, although we have them now and have had since around about the 17th century. Space vessels in the 23rd century don't have quarantine procedures. They don't have them. And it's like, oh, we'll just grill your fucking husband in the fucking doorway right in front of your eyes because he's ill.
Question.
Hit me.
How far of a prequel is this to the first Alien
Absolutely
film?
none whatsoever. Would you like to know why? Are you going to watch
Tell
this
me.
film?
I'm not going to watch this film. Is it a spoiler?
Oh no, because
Okay.
it doesn't make any sense.
Alright,
One cannot be spoiled when the facts don't add up.
One simply cannot be spoiled.
One can simply not
by
be
factless
spoiled
films.
by rubbish. You cannot be spoiled. Let me give you an example. There's a face hug.
Spoiler!
No, right. There's a room in Prometheus. They visit a planet, and it's from the Elders, right? And these Elders apparently have all 9 feet tall with the best six-packs you've ever seen. Although their ship, a cargo ship, which they ultimately discover they're in a cargo ship, doesn't have a gym, which I found interesting. It doesn't even have a kitchen. In fact, all the cargo ship is, by the end of the film, when you realise it's a cargo ship, is one long, continuous, empty tunnel. And at the end of it is the cargo room, which is also the flight deck. Now, this ship is round about, I would say, half a mile tall and contains nothing but an empty tunnel and a cargo deck with a flight deck in the middle of it. So nobody got that in the fucking movie. I was sat there, I was like, oh, the guy's going, it's a ship. I was like, it can't be a ship. There's nothing in it. There's no rooms. There's nothing in the ship. It's just an empty fucking tunnel that runs on for like 1.5 miles with an end room with a door that's got the cargo in it, which is these urns that surprisingly look like alien eggs.
Oh.
But they don't contain aliens. It's just like, oh, you're
What do
supposed
the urns contain?
a goo. A black goo. Now, the idea is, you're not going to watch this film. I'm sorry for spoiling it for you, but this film is so fucking bad.
Let me just specify now. This is going to contain spoilers, so please
I'm ranting
bring
now.
it down.
I'm
bring
fucking
it down.
ranting about this movie because
We'll let you know.
we were looking forward to this movie for so fucking long, and this is what they did. So they've got these urns, and what it tends to give you the mindset is what these aliens were doing with the big six-packs with no gym on board their ship, is that they were making chemical weapons.
Right.
And they were supposed to have seeded planets with their DNA, which, by the way, right, the only way these super advanced fucking specimens of life who are seeding and terraforming planets could work out how to put DNA into the world was to drink this black goo, which disintegrates their own bodies into dust and falls to the ground. That's how they did it. Nobody went, you know what we could do? Because we've got spaceflight and, you know, generally mega holographic, all this technology, is we could probably make some sort of DNA. Because, you know why? We could already do that now, right here on Earth, hundreds of years before you were able to do it.
Well, let's be honest, we've got the space in the ship to do so.
Well, we could put it in quarantine.
Exactly.
Oh shit, no we can't.
Don't
We
have
didn't. We
quarantine.
forgot the quarantine,
quarantine
procedures. So they've got these urns which contain the black goo, which is chemical warfare stuff, which mutates you and fucks your shit up. Yeah, okay. This is what they say. This is actually a nuclear weapons factory. Really, the thing we visited isn't like the birth of the universe. This is a planet where they store the chemical weapons that they use to wipe out planets, and they're going to wipe out Earth apparently for some reason, and that reason is never given. So they're just going to go and wipe out Earth. So these six-pack fucking creatures have got these empty-ass, long-ass ships, which apparently are their spaceships, although they couldn't possibly eat, take a piss, there is no toilets. And I'm not saying like they didn't visit those things. In the film, they have these little bouncy ball things, which fly up into the air, and you'll see it on...
It scans it.
It scans everything legit, and if it comes to a door it can't get through, it stays there, and it goes beep, 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 beep. There's something I can't get into. So every single millimetre of this fucking ship has been found, and there's no rooms in it, right? Except the cargo room, which is just full of chemical weapons and a flight deck. So if you were building a ship that was designed to carry mega dangerous chemical weapons, would you put them where you sit and fly the ship? No, we wouldn't do that. But they do in the fucking movie, right? Anyway, so people get infected. One of the black goo things corrodes because it's been there for ages. And you've got Michael Fassbender, who's a baller. He's acting in it. He's fucking superb. He plays the droid.
I'm not telling you what he's called.
Shit.
Give you
Bishop.
There you go.
Like Bishop. He plays the first generation of droid, right? Called
Good
Bishop.
clue, right?
And Wayland's in it as well. No, this... this
Oh,
fucking movie. Wayland is a hologram at the beginning, and he's like mega old, okay? And he's like, oh, I'm going to die by the time you get this message, but we think we found the beginning of the universe. Go and check it out for us. I'll be dead long before this happens. Oh no! He's actually on board in cryostasis, which is apparently a big secret, but when he's ready to come out, he just comes out and he's like, yeah, I'm here. Like, it wouldn't have made a fucking difference in the universe as he said, well, Wayland went into cryostasis to be part of this mission.
So they've got cryostasis, but they don't have quarantine.
Oh, exactly. And they've also got, they haven't got quarantine, but they've got a medical bay inside Charlize Theron's quarters, which is detachable from the ship, which has a machine which can do surgery automatically on any problem you have. Like, it removes an embryo from the fucking stomach of this woman. Like, in seconds. No quarantine. It's just retarded, right? So, anyway, this woman gets infected by something which starts growing an embryo really quickly, like an alien would. So she gets in the surgery thing, and they pull the fucking alien out, and she locks the door. Now, this embryo, when she pulls it out, is about yay big, and has nothing in this room to feed on, consume, do anything to. By the end of the movie, it is bigger than the giant squid from fucking Sphere. It is massive. It's the biggest facehugger in the fucking universe. And when they open the door, it's like Zoidberg going mental. How did you get that big? How did that happen? It was like you were born with like mega growth fucking serum. It's like, what are you fucking thinking? And it comes out, it's all like Zoidberg. And he's trying to kill one of these six-pack dudes. Now, this is the other last point of what I go on. No, it's two more points of what I go on without wrecking the movie completely, although it's garbage, don't pay to watch it. Is they find in a cryostasis tube one of the six-pack dudes, right? And he's apparently been locked in there for thousands of years since they seeded Earth and all this shit. And he's like, they open it up and, oh, shock, surprise, he's all pissed off, he's going to destroy Earth. Fuck that, right? He's been locked in there for thousands of years. Someone wakes me up after thousands of years. I'm like, thanks very much. Oh, we're supposed to destroy our planet, but you like legit flew here and like opened my tube. I'm cool with it. Or, why is it never in these movies that they don't meet Joe the alien? You know, the only film that did that was District 9. Yes. Like, you find this one lonesome survivor. Why is he not the fucking guy who repairs the Coca-Cola machine? Who've managed to get into his tube? Why don't they open it up and it's like, what's the beginning of life? That's what they're trying to find out, is why did you seed our planets? Why are we here? All this kind of shit. Yeah, it's supposed to be like this big message. And they open it up and he's like, I have no idea. To be honest, I'm not very clever. I just got a job. I'm only on $4.50 an hour.
I was trying to fix the fucking cryostasis.
Yeah.
Lo and behold,
I was trying to
myself in.
I was trying to fix the cryostasis tube. Shit went to hell, man. This place all got fucked up, so I just threw my ass in here. And I'm fucking chilling in here. Thanks for waking me up. See you later. No, it's always like, oh, I was actually the lead commander, mega commander of the ship. And then he goes on his rampage. But really, if I woke up downstairs later, I'd be like, you know, I had a beef with you at first because the orders came through. I'm not even sure my species exists anymore. I mean, if you've lasted long enough to get here, shit's probably all got switched up now, you know, because you're still here. So we obviously didn't kill you when this place went to shit.
1 sec.
Come here, pal. Come live to hundreds of people. This is Mark. Mark's extremely sexual and ginger. Alright, go the fuck away. We'll be finished soon. Yeah, so why is it Joe the alien? But all these things don't make sense. The last thing...
Just 1 sec. When they opened cryostasis, didn't they have like an armed team covering the fucking cryostasis?
It gets worse, right? Wayland comes out of stasis and they're all like, oh, Wayland's here.
Who cares?
Who gives a shit? Yeah, right, Wayland's here. Who fucking cares? And then they send down the most creepy... I don't want to use the word creepy like that, but the most creepy away team that Kirk and Picard would turn in their fucking graves if this happened. They take a woman who... This is their away team from the Prometheus ship. They don't just take Theron. They don't take the sergeant, who's like the military dude and all that. They don't take any of that shit. What they take is Wayland, who needs like floaty suspenders to even walk. And is like... Ugh. And then you've got David the android. You've got a woman who's just had surgery. And some other guy who can barely move. And they're all crippling around the fucking ship trying to get to the cargo room to wake up this dude. Because Wayland wants to know the beginning of life. and hopefully sort of cheat death is the idea he's there.
Oh, okay.
And he wakes up and it's like Waylon's there, the surgery girl, and he's like, what the this is my meeting party?
I don't have an armed escort for something that could potentially
he's got an armed escort
pull my
of
face
shitheads, right? It's like the most creepy fucking away team ever. It'd be like if Kirk said, right, I want to send Uhura with her arms tied. I want to send Spock with earbuds.
No, it's like saying, I want to send Spock with unnamed guard 1, 2, and 3.
It's like sending 5 red shirts on an away team. It was retarded. It was like watching this away team go through the ship. It's just like, if we had to watch this in real time, it would take 3 hours for them to get to the fucking scene of the crime. Do you know what I mean? It was retarded. And the last thing that really wound me up is not only the giant face hug, which is like the end of the movie. I'll get to that. Okay, so the ship takes off to go and kill Earth.
How?
Oh no, this is brilliant, right? This is brilliant. The ship, the six-pack guy managed to defeat the Crippy team. Team Crippy gets wiped out. Oh, shocking! Big fucking wolf. Whalen's dead instantly. He just wipes him out. So Whalen's like in it for like 3 minutes. He like wakes up and goes, "Oh, I'm gonna go find the meaning of life. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, okay, bummer. Well worth the trip." So Six-Pack gets in his fucking ship and he's like, "Right, I'm gonna go fuck Earth up for some reason. Although I should probably check in with command." Military justice would say if you've been out of a loop for 1,000 years, you might want to check. It's like Rambo.
Probably want to get
the war's over, John. No, I don't think so. The war's never over for me. It's like that.
Do you know what it was? The fucking alien race are already fucking psychically have seen Rambo in their heads millions of years in advance.
Yeah.
And that was him.
I saw Rambo and I'm like totally up for that.
Exactly.
It was ridiculous. So
he had like a fucking red bandana on and stuff like that.
He's still got his 6-pack though. Like cryostasis is thumbs up. So he gets out and he gets in his ship. So the ship comes out of the ground, out of the dirt. It's all like Independence Day and like X-Files movie. You ever saw that where it comes out the snow, the big ship and all that shit. It comes out the sand. The ship that is half a mile high and contains no rooms comes out the ground and is taken off. So the captain is like, okay, so we need to take the ship down because it's going to destroy Earth. But this is the line, right? Almost word for word. We can't activate the ion drive inside of an atmosphere. And he says something like that. And I know, so you guys better get off to his pilot and co-pilot. And they go, we're sticking with you to the end, boss. All that kind of shit. Although I'd be like,
bye.
I'll just get off. But there's nothing that happens with an ion drive. They just go, okay, you ready, guys? Yeah, and just fly the ship into it. It's like, what was this ion drive business? Why was that line in the fucking movie? All you did was drive into it. So they crash into the ship. The ship crashes, blah, blah, blah. Who fucking cares? And as it's crashing, they've got this big epic 3D scene, which is really well done. The graphics are fine. And it's like this huge curved ship is like falling towards Theron and Surgery Woman. She's survived. And they're running in a perfectly straight line. And it's so obvious while it's happening that it was like, if it's a really thin, long ship. If you moved 3 feet to the left or the right, you would fucking survive. And I'm watching it, and I was with Boosa. We went to watch it together. He's like, why aren't they just running to the side? And it's like, and pregnancy woman falls over, surgery woman falls over, and rolls literally 2 feet to the left and lives. And Theron just keeps running in a straight line and dies. It's fucking retarded. And then, to link it to the aliens thing, is the giant mega facehugger that can't possibly have eaten anything or consumed anything, which is now the size of the room, infects Six-Pack, who manages to survive somehow as well. And then, at the very end of the movie, an alien pops out of him. Which makes no sense, because I think it's in Aliens, and maybe I'm being super nerdy about this, it was LZ-124, something like that. They land on LZ-456. So it can't possibly link the two under any circumstances. And there's nobody left alive on this planet.
Is, the LZ was in Aliens.
Yeah, but that's where the aliens were found, yeah?
That's where one of their vessels was found.
They haven't got vessels. They come out of the 6-pack on a planet with no life.
So obviously the aliens couldn't have mustered that technology. So it came from this pre-race who should have been clashed in LZ-141.
Are you telling me that this embryo learnt how to fly the ship with no controls that was built for a 12-foot man?
Can I just also add, was that the ship that blew up in the trailer?
Yes. So,
okay. They've got this ship which we now know will blow up because it was in the trailer.
Yep. No, there's loads of ships. It's a huge factory planet.
No, I mean it's like this alien ship that like crushes Theron.
Yeah.
That's the one that blows up in the trailer.
Yeah. What about it?
Well, that must be like a major point of the film that you. It's one of it's
Yeah,
like,
you know
it's
this-
like
yeah, you
film
know
trailers 101. Don't fucking show the shit that you're gonna be like major turns in the film.
There is no major turns. The whole film doesn't make sense. And at the very end of it, the last scene is the alien, as we know it, popping out of Six Pack on a planet with no life, and nobody will visit it for hundreds of years. And the ships that can't possibly be flown by an alien, because I've seen aliens, all of them.
Yeah.
At no point were any of them able to use a calculator, let alone fly a ship.
Not just that, they thought that it was intelligent that two aliens killed another alien to use his blood
Exactly,
to
the
get
beasts.
out. That was
the
that
vicious
was
beasts.
the feral.
The feral wild beasts.
You don't see dogs flying, although you do see monkeys flying rockets.
It pissed me off, that film, because all the way through it I was like, this film is boring, I want to leave. And then every time something like that happened I was like, well, there's no quarantine, it's a science vessel in the 23rd century. Why is that facehugger 600 feet wide? Why is that guy pissed off that he just got released after? Why is Wayland a secret?
Is it
Who
actually
cares?
a giant facehugger with all the legs?
No, it's like a squid, like a wobbly giant squid. The sheer size of it also doesn't make sense. What the fuck would it be trying to do? Because it still infects like a human-sized guy. He's slightly bigger, this guy, maybe about 8 feet tall, but it's the size of a fucking room. This thing. Why would it be that big? What is it trying to do? It's just so baffling. It really fucked me off. Fuck that film, man. Seriously.
That's a good rant. Solid rant.
So, if you want to go and check out Prometheus, go ahead and do so.
Just don't do it.
Look for all those moments, and I'm sure you'll find them very interesting.
Now let's talk about two films that are coming out in July.
Mm.
We'll briefly touch the first because I'm still very excited for it, but not as excited for it as the second. Now, I thought this film was coming out in September, but The Amazing Spider-Man is actually June the 3rd in the UK.
Fun fact, before Prometheus, and Booster will back me up on this, there was a 19-minute trailer of The Amazing Spider-Man.
Really?
It was played after the normal trailer. And we thought the guy had screwed up upstairs, because they played The Amazing Spider-Man trailer, and it looks cool, yeah? You've got the Lizard Man, Dr. I forget his name, Dr. something. The Lizard guy is the main antagonist and all that kind of shit, and blah, blah, blah. And then it started again, like 2 trailers later, the trailer started again, but it went on for 19 minutes. It was like the whole fucking movie. It was incredible. I just couldn't believe it was still going on. And Booster was saying, have they played the same thing again? And it just carried on and on and on. And it went on for ages before the Prometheus started. It was really weird. But it does look good, but I kind of think I've seen a lot of the important points now. Because I saw a 19-minute trailer. I mean, who makes a 19-minute trailer? It was insane. It was basically huge segments of the film put into this trailer.
I do like the way that it looks, though. Like, the whole mysteries behind his parents and why he's truly with his aunt and uncle.
I would love to have seen Tobey Maguire making a fucking return. I think he was written wrong. I don't think he acted it wrong.
I don't know. I know what you mean, but I don't even know the name of this new kid. But I think he looks good.
He was in The Social Network.
Was he really?
Yeah, have you seen The Social Network? No. It's really good. I mean, it's not true. Yeah. Like, it's the story of Facebook, which it's borrowing, obviously, as a Hollywood movie would. Yeah, it's Hollywoodized. But it's a great movie, and he's in it, yeah, and he plays a really good role.
Well, it's good. I mean, like, I've only seen what's obviously the general public have seen with...
Dr. Connor. Fuck yeah, ballers. I know he's not called Lizard Man, he's called Dr. Connor or something like that, yeah.
I just, like with the Bishop thing, it's like I'll sit there and I'll know it, I'll just be like, struggle.
Did you know it was Dr. Connor?
Yes.
Oh, you wanker! Why don't you tell me?
Fuck me.
Well, he's not a major. He's never. I mean, even in the cartoon, he was kind of a bit part. So he kept giving him serum, didn't he, to stop him turn him into the real spider? Do you remember that?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is though, he works alongside him to create his web.
He's got no arm.
Yeah.
Has he got an arm in the film?
No.
Okay. Sorry, I can't remember. I can't remember him having an arm.
No, it's fine. But yeah, I like the look of it. Just like I think they're trying to do that transition like with Batman, but not as abruptly as Nolan did.
It's not as dark.
Exactly. Like the first 3 were all happy, neon. Like that's why I always say like gaudy and neon. And then it went dark. Now with Spider-Man, that was looking like Marvel have always done like the light-hearted versions of their superheroes. I think Spider-Man's like they're trying to do that transition now. You can't do a dark Spider-Man film unless you
could do a dark. I'd like a dark Spider-Man, especially a Carnage film. Oh,
well, that's it. The thing is, though, you've got to look at it like in terms of even the cartoon plots of Spider-Man. 99% are it's not about death and stuff like that. In Batman, there's obviously death, there's murder, It's gritty. It's down to earth. You know, it's more. You can stomach it more than you can with an actual superhero. Whereas Spider-Man, you'd struggle to get a dark film out of it. It's one of them superheroes that I personally
think so. I think there's some dark. I didn't know there was a dark side of the Joker. I thought the Joker was always quite lighthearted, but there's some stories and books that have been written about the Joker which were very dark.
Of course were. But look at like Blade and the Punisher. Those immediately, like vampires.
But do you not think Blade was gaudy and Punisher?
How fucking dare you? That was my
especially
first
the third
superhero.
One.
The third one was far too light-hearted. The second one was good. The first was always the best with Blade. Like the Punisher, we talked about this today as well.
Yeah.
Not the original Lundgren. The second one, which was just the Punisher with John Travolta, was a good film. The third one, which went straight to DVD, I wrote off for ages because I just don't. You know, when you see a film like a prime one for me is Death Race. I enjoyed Death Race. Now Death Race 2 came out straight on DVD. I wouldn't even bat an eyelid at that.
No.
Now the Punisher, the second Punisher came out on DVD, and I just basically, because it's the Punisher, it's Marvel, it's a different kettle of fish. I bought it, fucking love it.
I
loved it more than the first one. I thought it was really good. But
hey, nice to see you.
But yeah, it's like I just don't think Spider-Man's one of those that you could do gritty and dark.
Just asking about Spawn.
Spawn was awesome.
I loved the Spawn film. I thought it was pretty good. I like, especially like John. I want to say his name right, but I don't think I will. John Leguizamo. He plays the clown.
Yeah. We had this fucking last web show.
I can't say his fucking name, John Leguizamo.
Is that right? When he was Luigi in Mario. That's
he's Luigi. He's in loads of films.
But oh shit, what I was going to say. I'll tell you what would be a really good film if they did it as a 15. I wouldn't say 18 because you can get a lot. You can get away with a lot as a 15 now. 2014 Deadpool.
Oh, they're not going to, because he's breaking the third wall. It's going to have a comedic accent to it.
Well,
but Deadpool is quite comedy, isn't it?
Exactly. Deadpool's very comedy, but it's also very blood and guts.
Well, it's very dark because he's got cancer and stuff in the real story. Exactly. His face is mutilated, isn't it?
But that's right. His face is mutilated because of when they give him the healing serum, basically from Wolverine's DNA. That's why he's all fucked up and disfigured. But if they can take that light, which I'm guessing they will do, but they could make that not fucking dark and gothic and like fucking pure like seriousness, but they could do that graphic and they could do that well, I think.
Do you think the next Superman's going to be dark? Because Nolan's in on that, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not the director.
I think basically with the new Superman, it's not going to be as happy-go-lucky candy floss as Superman Returns by any stretch. Where, you know, a little crystal...
That film was awful.
Yeah. This little crystal is going to now make a 30,000-mile island, you know,
water. You know what the problem is with fucking Superman? He's got this one vulnerability, so every film's about it.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's so
That's it, though. The only thing with Superman
mix in Richard Pryor, and it rocks. Superman 3 is great. Superman 3, Richard Pryor, where he builds the computer that can round up the pennies. Superman 3 is fucking awesome. I love Superman 3. Throw in some Richard Pryor, I'm fucking down with it. Superman Returns is awful, even though it had Kevin Spacey in it, which is tragic. Yeah. The new Superman, I don't even like that guy though who's playing him. I'm not a fan of him.
I can't remember his name.
But of course we've got the other film we wanted to talk about was Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight fucking Rises.
So fucking close.
Just another one.
Dark Knight Rises is coming, and have you guys seen it as well? Because you can get it online. The
6-minute pre-intro.
Yeah, the 6-minute. What do they call it? Prelude. Prologue. The 6-minute prologue of Dark Knight Rises. They have changed his voice, by the way. Have you seen the newest trailer? They've completely changed his voice. He's just fully audible, which is a good idea, I think, actually.
Well, that was it, though. It's a very selfish opinion from me. They did that because non-native English-speaking people rely a large amount on watching your lips move.
Well, I think one of the main points that actually swung it for me is I was like, I kind of like his voice dark and gritty and nasty. But some guy, I think it was on Reddit actually, I was reading about the subject, is at the end of the day, what you don't want to be happening in a film like that is people are trying to spend energy working out what was said. Because they shouldn't have to do that. They should be able to flow with the movie. And if you're having to stop the flow of the movie in your mind to work out what was just said, you then miss the next line. It kind of rolls on and stuff like that. And plus, if he's saying something quite mean and dark and ditty, because he's obviously a man of few words, so those words should have impact. I think just being able to be audible, and because he's supposed to be very, very intelligent as well.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I think it was just the one line that they selected for the trailer.
The guy's gone mad. What? There's a ton of spam. Go on, what are you saying?
Where Bruce Wayne says to Bane, "Why don't you just let me die?" And he says, "Your punishment must be more severe." But Bane, in his voice, it goes, "But your punishment must be more severe."
Must be more severe.
Must be more severe.
What is Sphere? Holy shit, guys! Check Sphere out. Sphere's a great movie. Samuel L. Jackson, that chick who showed a minge in Basic Instinct. You know
Sharon Stone.
Sharon Stone, she's in it, and of course, Dustin Hoffman, who's a baller.
Hoffman, yeah.
Dustin Hoffman gets a kick in my ass.
Gets a kick in.
Right into my bed.
Nice,
see where I set you up for that one?
You did.
Fuck yeah, Hoffman.
I think you're about to deck him, but then you're about to.
I would give Hoffman a screwdriver.
Nice.
I would spit on it and I would twist it down inside. I'd give him the full money.
Nice.
Outbreak, classic movie. Cuba Gooding, not so much.
Dark Knight, man, come back.
I don't want to spoil it too much because after the Avengers, I don't know. I've kind of come down for the Avengers now. It's not that I've lost the. Oh my god, that was that movie. You know that feeling because I never thought about it for a little while. So I mean, I wouldn't want to rewatch it now until I'd seen Dark Knight Rises.
Do you know what I want to do? I shit you not.
Make me rewatch it.
No, well, you are going to fucking rewatch it. Triple play in September, Holmes.
Okay.
But basically, depending on how good the Dark Knight is, I am going to have to watch the last Twilight at the end of this year.
I don't mind. I like Twilight.
Well, I don't mind Twilight, but what I'm going to do is to piss every fucking female off in that cinema is, as soon as it cuts off to the end, before the music comes on for the credits, I'm going to stand up, say at the top of my lungs, "It's not as good as the Avengers," and walk out and watch every fucking face just sit like that.
It's not as good as the Avengers.
It's not as good as the Avengers. Walk out, and every guy's just like, like, what film is it now where like a guy says what every other guy's thinking and he just goes, "Fucking A."
Fucking A.
It's going to be one of them. Not as good as the Avengers.
Just walk out.
But leave Suzanne as well. Not as good as the Avengers.
The last thing I want to touch on in this is we're going to watch Game of Thrones.
Yes.
We're going to watch Game of Thrones, so no spoilers.
Finally.
We're going to watch Game of Thrones. You guys can visit. What I'd love to do, but we're going to watch it yours with Suze, is at some point, because we do talk about movies quite a lot, obviously, is set up. I'd love to be able to watch something with you guys, if that makes sense. But it's very hard to do, isn't
It's
it?
getting around the copyrights and legal aspects.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't play any of the audio. We'd have to be like, "You ready? We're going to watch this film on this date. 3, 2, 1, play." And then kind of watch it together with like 100 people. That'd be fucking cool, wouldn't it? That'd be fucking sweet.
I'd do that.
I'd love to do that. But we're going to watch Game of Thrones. Are you excited for it or what?
I am. I'm excited.
I've seen episode 1. I told you that. I told you that. Yeah,
I just wanted to make up that you're a prick though. Well, I'll watch episode 1 at home as well.
Yes, and you will instantly get the idea.
But I'm getting the same feeling for this that I got for Breaking Bad. Dodged it for far too long. Okay, I'll give it a go and get into it immediately. I'm hoping it's got that same grip that Breaking Bad's got for me.
It will.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it will. The weird thing about Game of Thrones, which I only really realised, is it's only in America. You can't even watch it over here without other means. But that's not fair. I mean,
don't worry about it, mate. I've got all the episodes. I Sky Plus'd them.
I think you can only get it on Sky Atlantic or something like that.
I've got Sky Atlantic.
Yeah, I know.
That's where I got it from.
But you can't actually get Game of Thrones over here without having Sky HD. I think Sky Atlantic only comes with Sky HD.
I've got Sky HD.
Yeah, I know you've got Sky HD. No, you generally have got Sky HD. But the whole thing is filmed with English actors in England. It was filmed in Northern Ireland, Dublin. I think some of it is filmed in Norway or Sweden, something like that. But it's all based in Europe, and we can't even get it. Like even season 1 isn't out anywhere.
Do you know what's annoying to me? And I know that I've not seen the first season of Game of Thrones. I know basically what happens to Sean Bean.
Well, because it happens to Sean Bean in every fucking thing Sean Bean is in.
This is my annoying thing. Sean Bean is a fucking British treasure. He's one of the best fucking actors ever. Stop ganking him in a fucking film.
He dies in every fucking movie. I can't. The only film I've ever seen Sean Bean live through was the one where he pretends to be a football player.
When Saturday Comes.
When Saturday Comes. He's
fucking awesome film.
But other than that, Sean Bean gets fucking owned in everything. But he always does it with such charisma.
For
Nobody dies like Sean Bean. No. Nobody dies like Sean Bean.
The guy falls 200 feet off a satellite and lives long enough to see it plummet through his face.
Fucking right he does. It takes some shit to kill Sean Bean.
It does. One does not simply die like a bitch.
Oh, he is. He's the meme, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, Mame. Sorry, he's the Mame. He's the meme, isn't he? One does not simply... One does not simply kill Sean Bean. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Game of Thrones. I mean, we've ignored it for a long-ass time. I don't think Season 3's out yet. So that gives us
season 2 just finished.
We're going to kind of watch 2 episodes at a time.
Yeah, we should do.
So yeah, watch episode 1 because I know what happens. I've seen episode 1.
Is Emma going to be watching it with us, or just you and me and Suzanne?
Unlikely, because Emma can't hold her interest for more than 30 seconds.
Okay.
That's why I've got a squeaky toy for her. Every time she opens it,
I remember a minute if we're sat on the couch and like we're all watching it, and as soon as Emma like turns out to speak, like you don't even break like strides. You go.
I think the last thing I was watching something, and I think it was actually StarCraft 2. I was watching Idra stream.
Just one sec. Behemoth, the film with Sean Bean, the football film was When Saturday Comes.
Yeah, When Saturday Comes. I was watching Idra stream last night, I think. I can't remember what we were doing, it was quite late, but I managed to turn on Twitch as I was getting in bed with my laptop. I was doing my sort of business stuff late at night last night, and I had my laptop open in bed, and I was going to fall asleep, so I turned on Twitch just to see what was on, and Idra was streaming. And as I was watching, I kind of put it on my chair near my bed, and left the laptop open just to watch it while I was laying in bed, like a TV. And Emma goes, "You're always watching this game." I'm like, "Well, I like this game." And she's like, "Oh, right. What's happening?" Before I even explained 2 things, she was on her phone like she's just on her phone. It's just not possible. It's just really not fucking possible. So I'm like, what? Sean Bean list. The Sean Bean list is out and it's live. Did you want to talk about, what time is it now? It's 10 o'clock. I've been going for 2 hours. Did you want to have a break and come back, or what do you want to do? Or do you want to finish up?
Can we have a break?
We can have a break.
I'll tell you what. We'll have a quick break, and then we'll come back to the last bit of info, a quick touch up on like where Stark Industries up to, a quick Q&A, mate.
Yeah, we'll do a Q&A when we get back. Because I know you guys will ask some questions. You haven't asked any for a few weeks.
And then because he's actually onto me now, I don't think I can troll him anymore.
What?
Like
about what?
Just like when we finish and I keep filming you and your missus.
Yeah, well, look, we've actually got friends downstairs. We've got 3 people downstairs.
I won't call them friends.
Yeah, I wouldn't call them friends either. But we've got guests over, which is why there's noise and stuff going in the background. So, no, trolling's unlikely. All right, we'll take 5 minutes, then we'll come back. We'll do Q&A and we'll talk about the general stuff. I think we've ranted about movies long enough for this show.
I know, you've been fucking Peter Griffin grinds my gears this episode.
I want you to do a series on YouTube like that. Not grinds my gears. And just rant about something. I kind of want to buy you, like, 80 games and let you find fault with them.
I can do that with any game.
Yeah, no. All right, come on, let's go. We'll be back in like 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes, and we'll do the Q&A.
Does my thumb look really fucking red there? You see that?
John. Oh right, John Leguizamo. Is that how you say it? Oh, it's Genji.
Fuck Genji. You don't know what he's talking about, you prick.
All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes, guys. And if you're going, thank you for staying with us for Saturday night. We'll finish it up shortly.